Salma Zahid,
Whether they use this door or this door.
star Liberal candidate. She's already knocked on more doors than any other Liberal. Out here running from house to house since January.
Assalamu alaikum. Wale, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Zahid speaks 5 languages,
Hello. Assalamu alaikum ji.
leveraging her Pakistani background in this multi-ethnic riding.
नहीं वो लगाएंगे बाहर आपके दरवाजे के ये लॉन में.
Her mission? To seize Scarborough Centre from the Conservatives.
We're busy.
How important is the door-to-door campaigning?
It's really important. See, I am a daughter of an army officer and I really believe in a ground war, and this is what it is, that we have to get our message across to each and every door.
Salma, you're on a mission.
Oh yes, definitely.
You're running.
For a long time. 1 second, let me just say hi to.
Off to sway another voter. And if this is a ground war,
Sab khairiyat hai? Allah ka shukar hai. Okay, really appreciate your support.
not far away is her lieutenant, Jeff Jedras, a volunteer armed with an iPad.
But they're strong Liberals. Thanks for your support. Okay, bye-bye.
The iPad is for the doorstep data, tracking what you, the voter, tell the team.
Okay, I'm assigned to.
It's called Liberalist. The actual app is named Minivan. So how would you gauge that response at the door?
So she's a possible Liberal.
Salma, now we'll
Let's go
finish
this
camera
way?
first.
Okay, off to Sirsela.
Let's
go.
do the camera
Okay,
first.
so we'll meet you at 85 Marcos.
Door-to-door campaigning is more than making contact. What you tell a candidate or a volunteer is all prime data. It'll be plugged into a huge database and help the parties micro-target you. You may be surprised what they know.
We track people's ethnicities. We track people's, like the man sitting outside, he said he cannot speak English. He's an Egyptian. So we track what languages they speak.
Do
which
you
we keep.
mark down if they're positive or
Yes.
hostile?
Yes, we mark down that.
Do you have any concern, Salma, about the data that goes into the Liberalist?
No, I'm very confident it goes through safe hands and it can be tracked.
3 or 78.
All voters are not so confident. On Marco Street, Jill Mills didn't know the candidate's visit would generate information on her punched into a database.
I think we have Big Brother watching us. It's kind of scary in a way, because what are they going to do with all this in the future?
Essentially, with lots more data, the ground game goes big picture. Big data, or analytics, means a party can strategically search a neighborhood for persuadable votes, so critical in this tight election.
Ji, tic-tac, how are you?
They can target their message to individuals
I will be a strong local voice up in Ottawa.
to more successfully get out the vote and dig for donations.
Okay, that's fine.
The Liberal Party is spending 3 times more on analytics this campaign than last.
Thanks for your support.
Their software purchased from a U.S. company that helped the Obama team win. Jeremy Broadhurst is a national director of the Liberal Party.
I think sometimes people get worried about analytics, that it's something scary, but it's really nothing more than just aggregating all the information that you have.
You don't think some Canadians would be nervous about the fact that what I have as a conversation at my doorstep is going to be part of a great collection of data in this country for a political party?
I can understand where people will get nervous about that, but I think it's up to the parties to reassure everybody that there's nothing nefarious about this. This isn't about creating secret files. This is really about making sure that we understand what the voters are talking about and what their concerns are.
This is Andrew and Maureen Gilmore.
Well, that's part of it.
If he says he's really concerned about Canada Post, I can click that, and then we might follow up with him later.
Analytics really makes politics more like marketing.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
So if the party's model says you care more about the environment, say, you won't get pitched on defense.
We don't change the policies or anything, but we might change what we emphasize at the doorstep.
And there's a lot they can know about you and your neighbors. Here's how they paint your picture. Their sources collected from campaigning, the census, electoral lists, surveys, polling, and increasingly your social media trail. George Bush's 2004 campaign launched voter profiling. Big data and analytics really kicked off here in America in 2008 and helped put Barack Obama here in the White House. In 2012, the Democrats ran a sophisticated data platform codenamed Narwhal. Now, privacy laws in the US are different than in Canada and allow Americans to capture more data. But the cutting-edge trends and technology here is migrating north. So what is this?
This is a map of every voter in America.
Wow.
Color-coded by party.
So you have data on every voter in America?
Yeah, our voter data vendor actually does.
Jordan Lieberman is president of Campaign Grid, a digital advertising firm in Washington. Last year, he orchestrated a campaign in 3 states to target yes votes for decriminalizing marijuana.
What we looked for was people who were supportive of decriminalization, and we also looked for people who were unlikely to vote.
How do you get that?
In a privacy-compliant way, we're applying income, home ownership, what kind of vacations do you take, how many children do you have, where's your education from. Those kinds of things feed into the likelihood of supporting or not supporting decriminalization.
On this map, green means yes.
What we'll do is target everyone who scores to a certain degree on the green scale, and then we'll run different advertising based on their likelihood to vote.
The ad campaign was successful in 2 out of 3 states. Do you think politicians are changing their message to targeted audiences?
Certainly, absolutely. The more segmented the audience, the more tailored your message can be.
And have you worked with Canadians?
We have.
Can you tell me about that?
No, I cannot. We've done a lot of work in Canada.
In Mississauga, Conservative candidate Stella Ambler is trying to hang on to her seat.
Looks like someone's home here. Hi.
We're voting for you.
Thank you, Nancy. Hi, I'm Stella Ambler.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Have you given any thought to how you might be voting in the upcoming election?
I'm undecided.
The Conservatives were early recruits to analytics. Way back in 2007, a system called Sims ranked voters on a scale of 1 to 15. Happy 13, you're a strong supporter. Frowning -6, you're probably not worth a future pitch.
Hi, good afternoon.
Campaigning is still largely the human connection. Analytics is what comes next, and it's more sophisticated now.
And to ask you what you think about the election, if you've made up your mind, and if you'll consider supporting me this time.
Well, I haven't made up my mind.
Okay.
I'm not happy with Mr. Harper.
This information, where is it going?
Oh, it goes into a database, absolutely. And so we'll be able to generate lists that Alan here will be on the list of people who care about the environment. So let's say the Prime Minister makes an announcement about the environment, we'll be sure to tell Alan. So yeah, I guess, I suppose if you look at it that way, that's big data, it's sophisticated, but it's also very simple. What's your name?
In this tight race, micro-targeting could make the difference in who wins or who grabs a majority versus a minority government. The Liberals have rushed to modernize their analytics. The New Democrats are the least invested. Their new program, Populous, rolled out this election. Big data evokes suspicions that big government is spying on you. No one likes that. But in this election, the 3 major parties are using analytics to varying degrees. But asked to explain their methods, well, the New Democrats and the Conservatives refused.
It allows them to tailor the message.
At University of Victoria, Colin Bennett tracks privacy issues. He believes analytics in politics has exploded with little accountability.
It's a surveillance system. It's a monitoring system. The question is whether it's a good monitoring system and what is the appropriate balance between the capture of data for good public purposes and the capture of data for purposes which many people might find creepy.
So I can currently go and find out what my credit history is.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but I can do it.
You can do it, yeah.
Can I do that with a party?
No, I mean not legally, because we don't really have any rights to know what political parties are collecting on us, because they're not subject to any of our privacy laws. And the privacy commissioners really can't get inside the databases that political parties hold. And I'd be very surprised at some point in the future if there wasn't a data breach from political parties.
Back in Scarborough, Jill Mills is worried about that too.
I mean, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to be able to sell it to somebody else? Is somebody going to break into the government website and be able to get all your information? You know, they tell you it's secure, but there's a lot of websites they say are secure that aren't.
Data mining is fast-moving, changing politics. Next year in the U.S., individualized TV ads delivered directly to you.
We can run 3 different sets of ads all at the same time, different houses across the street.
The door looks open.
Different day, still at it.
Oh, you're Salma.
Yes, I'm Salma.
Long campaign,
Yeah, it's a big family.
more data.
How many voters?
So, the next time you interact with a political party, be aware they're profiling you and your neighborhood more than ever. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, Toronto.